From the roots where the earth still speaks, to the fire where they always breathe. Hands of wisdom, time can't erase. Every drop got a story to say. Slow it down, feel the rhythm inside. This ain't rush, this is sacred design. From the soil to the soul to the light, what you hold is a gift of life. Luai, feel it in your soul. Give it, let the story unfold. Ancestral power in every drop. This that legacy, this don't stop. Luai, rooted deep in you. Give it, yes, pure and true. Not something you drink, you receive. This that energy you believe. Hey, hey. Ooh, Luai, hey. Oh, Luai. Give it. This is where your elders hitting drums and
I'll always love my mama. She brought me in this world. You only get one, you only get one. I'll always love my mama. What's up? Happy Mother's Day to all you beautiful ladies. Happy Mother's Day to potential mothers, baby mothers, grandmamas, aunties, uncles that turned into mamas. I don't know what y'all doing out there nowadays, but respect to everybody that consider themselves a mama. You know, bad mama jamma. Whatever you consider yourself, happy Mama's Day to every one of y'all. Today is what they deemed as Mother's Day, but Mother's Day should be respected every day. I hope your mother's doing well. I still have my mother with me. Of course, she, those who know, you know, she's in the hospital, but went to the hospital, had a good time. She had a good time with her cousins, and them came yesterday and all that kind of stuff. So my mother's recovering very well. So is my father, because he also went through his thing too. And enough respect to all of those that are celebrating Mama today. So I'll always love my mama. She brought me in this world. Yes. So I'm excited. We have a great show for y'all today. I have a great show for y'all today. Big up to all of y'all out there that had a wonderful day. I hope you took your mother out or bought her a present. Whatever you did, you know, show love to the mamas. All right. Today we have our brother Sharif AnaEL Bey coming in, the esoteric science of the Moors. You want to know your Moorish history, or you want to know where it goes back to and what the esoteric metaphysical part of it comes from? I have a scholar coming on momentarily. Big up to him and his whole family and his mama. Big up to him. I hope his mother's still with us, like my mother's still with us. So we will talk about that when he comes on. Also, please do me a favor. If you got somebody that you love and you know they're on a journey, spiritual journey, religious journey, whatever journey they're on, take the time out right now to tell them to like, subscribe, and share with those on a journey. I don't care if you just came out of jail. I don't care if you used to gang bang. I don't care if you're still in jail. If you're still in jail and able to watch people like me, big up to all of you in the prison system, because that means you're still above ground and you can still make a difference. I know a brother that was in jail for a long stint, and he wrote a book, and his wife was able to galvanize and make money off of the book and also fill his commissary with that. So, hey, big up to all those that are in jail. Don't mean you're gone, you're dead. Even if you're doing life, you can still write and at least do some good for the people outside, your children or your family, or, you know, send it to a foundation. You could do it. Big up to my brother, Natural Tahuti, who's still in prison. Big up to him, who wrote a great book also. So enough respect to him. And I'm so proud of his journey doing what he had to do. But again, please like, subscribe, and share. And please support the channel. You know what we do. Remember what Panic used to say? Look, it pays the bills, bro. Pays the bills. Cash App, Chime, Venmo, and PayPal. Spread love. That's all you have to do. Spread love. Because the more you circulate, the more it comes back to you. Let me tell y'all what happened today. I was walking from the hospital where my mother's at. And after celebrating Mother's Day with her real quick, and this Arab couple was driving in a car that had Massachusetts state, Boston, Massachusetts license plates. Lord have mercy. These two are trying to get back to Boston, Massachusetts, and asking around to get money so he could fill his gas tank so he could go. So he came to me and he tried to offer me I knew it was a fake gold ring and all that. I said, okay, they're playing games. He said, Assalamu alaikum. And she was dressed in a whole burqa and everything in the back because they don't let their women drive in the front. So I said, you know, I'll give you this ring, brother. I give you this ring if you just give me $60. Or but on me cash, I had like $20 or $40. I gave him $20 and said, no, I don't want the ring. I'm not into gold and all that kind of stuff. And it didn't even look gold because you can't fool me. I used to wear gold a lot. But this Arab guy and his wife was trying to get back to Boston, Massachusetts. I think it was a scam. I knew it was a scam. I felt it was a scam, but I know when I gave him money, I was like, you know, the creator will bless me in multiple ways just by doing the just thing and being respectful. And as soon as I circulated something to him, something circulated back to me in the next couple hours. So, boom, I understand. And I wasn't looking for it. I was just like, hey, you know, he said, Assalamu alaikum. And when you say peace be unto me, and I say peace be unto you, boom, we're showing each other respect. And sometimes, and I seen the woman in the back with the burqa. So I'm like, okay, she got on her head hijab and her burqa. I said, you know what? Hey, maybe they're telling the truth, maybe they're not, but I genuinely just gave it to them because I understood that sometimes you could be in certain places without money. I remember being in Georgia without money years ago when I went to Georgia in 1999, and I understood. And I asked my father for the money, but he didn't have it at that time. And I promised myself I would never ask my father or my mother for money. And my mother did give me the money. She had the money because she always good with money. And boom, she sent me the money to get back to Georgia. And guess what? I get back from Georgia to New York back in 1999. And as soon as I came back, I landed a radio gig on WWRL 1600. And Bob Law was the one that hired me. So you never know where you was going to go someplace to make it happen on radio. It didn't work, but then you come back, didn't have the money to get back. Boom, my mother sent me the money. I came back, landed a job on WWRL, and the rest is history because I went to be a radio host, a morning radio show. So you never know when it comes to these things. So always, from your heart, if you're going to give, give. If you don't have the amount they want, you just say, hey, you know, here's a little something for you. May the creator bless you and your ancestors and keep it going. They could have been scamming. He had a nice car too, nice truck. I'm walking, but he's seen this on me. I had the 19 Keys crown on. So he's seen the Islamic thing. And they both said, I know it's the wife that's seen because the wife are quick. The wife is quick. Oh, he has a Muslim. Oh, assalamu alaikum, brother. Assalamu alaikum. I should have said salami and bacon and kept it moving, but I wanted to be respectful. I didn't want to do all of that. So it is what it is. So I gave the money and kept it moving. But again, family, today, please share with other people that are on the journey, ready for their king to come in, because the king is up to swing right now. Let me see who's in the chat. Let's see who's in the chat. Okay. I see Landon in the building. I see Steven in the building. I see East 49 in the building. East 49. I wonder if that's the street you live on, because I know there's an East 49th not too far from me too. So big up to East 49th if you're from that, East 49th in Brooklyn. And big up to everybody that's coming in. Again, please like, subscribe, and share, and tell everybody that Brother King Simon is in the building. And we got Sharif Bey coming in the mother flipping building. He hasn't been on in a while. He be on Brother Rich show doing his thing, and I understand. But we're going to talk about the esoteric science of the Moors. He even got a PowerPoint right here on King Simon Presents Only Quality People. And he's one of those quality dudes that I love and respect. And he got a big retreat happening from May 22nd to 25th over there in Stone Mountain, Georgia. The crystal itself, the quartz crystal, in a beautiful hotel. I've been there to the Evergreen Marriott Hotel. Very nice hotel over there. It's called the Macrocosmic Integration Weekend Retreat. So make sure you support. The link is pinned to the top of the chat just in case you want to support my brother and go out there. Also, want to remind everybody, if you are in Brooklyn, New York, and you like to laugh your ass off, guess what? My brother, my white brother, from another white mother. A.G. White is hosting this big comedy show over there at IHOP and Laugh at Night at IHOP over there, 11,000 Flatlands Avenue, not too far from CCC, that Christian church over there, head by A.R. Bernard. Kenny Wu, funny. Smokey Suarez, good friend of mine, funny as hell. Stiletto, I don't know who she is, but I heard she's funny. And my man DJ Drew Williams will be also featured in that comedy show. So if you're going to be in New York City or in the surrounding areas, I see my guests in the background. Boom, May 15th is the place to be. Lot of mercy over there at IHOP and over in Canarsie. So, you know, we're going to have a good ass time over there. I used to roll with these comedians back in the day. The next interview I got coming up officially is this beautiful professor. She's been doing it for 30 years. Her father is a GM, Grandmaster Urban Muhammad. She'll be on with us on Wednesday, May the 20th. Lot of mercy. All the way from California, Professor Zahalia Anderson, Divine Feminine on a Journey. And we're going to be promoting that big seminar that she got coming up in June. And that's going to be powerful. So make sure you tune in. If you're going to be in the Long Beach, California area, and you want to go have some fun with this sister and all the great martial artists that's going to be passing through to support her first annual Raw Life Defense Seminar, June 27th, boom, that's the place to be. All right, just letting y'all know that right now. So I see my brother in the background chilling. He chilling. So and of course, y'all seen my brother Richard's show. You know, he's been on my channel before, but I just want to read something from his bio because his bio says a lot about the brother. And before I bring the brother on, let me put the flyer in front because this is what I do because I've been doing this since WWRL radio days. You know, you got to show respect to where respect is due. Although y'all more of y'all, like most of y'all might know him already, it's always good to show, at least if I just read half of the bio right here. It says, Sharif AnaEL Bey is a respected teacher of bioenergetic science, initiatory alchemy, and consciousness development with decades of dedicated study and experiential practices. That's right. His training started at 5 years old. His work bridged ancient wisdom traditions with modern energetic understanding, guiding individuals through profound process of inner activation, awareness, expansion, and purposeful alignment. Now, he got a bio, so I'm not going to read all of it. I'm just going to jump through and say, hey, through retreats, intensive training, and guided initiatory experiences, he has supported seekers from diverse backgrounds in unlocking higher levels of consciousness, energetic intelligence, and embodied spiritual leadership. The Macrocosmic experience represents a refined culmination of his teachings, an invitation for participants to step beyond limitation and enter a new level of personal power and cosmic awareness and get certified by a master. Without further ado, I didn't read the whole bio for you, but I wanted to make sure y'all got a touch and a tinge and a little brata, like we're saying in Jamaica, a little brata from him brethren, as I give him a well-deserved round of applause, the one, the only, brother, Sharif AnaEL Bey in the building. Sharif.
You.
Hold on, my brother. Let me take this applause off and let me take this picture off. My brother. How you feeling today,
I'm
sir?
well, brother. I'm well. Brother, listen. Where did you get?
Oh, you just disappeared. What happened? Where did I get what? Disappeared? He said, where did I get? He said, where did I get? Disappeared.
Brother, where did you get that bio from?
oh, for your website, the Sagala Institute.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot all about that, man.
And I didn't read all of it. I skipped through a few things. I didn't want to go into it. I said, oh, wait a minute. Hold on now. My brother's in the building. I don't want to mess up. Islam, man. Islam.
Good to see you. Good to be back here, brother.
Man, I've been wanting to bring you back, but you be on brother Rich show so many times.
I know,
man,
right? But listen, anytime you have a spot,
we all family. We all family.
Yes, sir. But anytime you have a spot for me, man, I love your show. I love how you present questions and how you know you like Brother Rich. You know the right questions to open people up, bro.
Man, we family, man. Me and Rich come from the same cloth in our own
Sure.
way. And
Sure.
he born on that 17. My life path is a 17. So I know that old soul energy. I know that old soul energy very well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and that's why we always click for the last 25 years. I've known Rich. So that's where we going back, LIU days, all that on the streets of Fulton. But I'm honored to have you. Let's talk about the retreat first before we get into the PowerPoint. Because let's take care of this business early.
Yes, sir. So
hold on one second before you say anything. Hold on, bang! I got the fly right here. Stop playing. Woo! Macrocosmic integration weekend retreat at one of my favorite spots over there at the Evergreen Hotel, Marriott Hotel. Lord have mercy, brother. What is that all about? Please tell the world what you got going on from May 22nd to the 25th, please.
So I tell you, man, something. Okay, everybody follow me, and this is going to get into. This is going to be a nice segue into our presentation tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Religious knowledge rules the world, but now don't crucify me before I explain.
That's right, man. I thought cash rules things around.
Right. But this is what we mean by religious knowledge.
Yes, go ahead, bro.
At the deepest part of our psyche, the huge question.
Yes.
The huge question that nags us and drives us in the deepest levels of our psyche is, what happens after we die?
That is the truth.
You see?
That is true.
And anything that even subtly informs us or guides us towards an answer is eminently powerful to move people. This is the number one reason why the story of Jesus is so powerful, whether you believe in a historical Jesus or not.
That's right.
It's so powerful because the story of Jesus provides an answer to that question. The story of Jesus represents, listen close, the next stage in human evolution.
Oh, wow.
Now, the people that would subvert the next stage of human evolution for the purposes of control of humanity must first get control of the narrative. They must gain control of the Jesus story.
And interesting when you say that, because back in the our Islamic studies, I've studied Ancient Islam boards. I've studied all. I was in the Ansar, the 5%. I was in all of that stuff, man. And I tell people I wasn't looking for God. I was just looking to maintain discipline.
Real talk.
Real talk. Sir. A lot of people don't realize it. Real talk. I really wanted to make. I knew God who I was, and God.
Yo, shout out to AZ. How he said, we was beginners in the hood as 5%ers, but something must have got in us because all of us turned to sinners. That's something. You know the rest of it.
Yeah. AZ. Big up to AZ. I seen him doing his thing the other day. He was out and about doing his thing. Enough respect to AZ, man, all the time. But when you say that, people don't know that even the words, when we say words like Jesus or Muhammad, they all have a meaning.
They have a meaning.
And we know, according to the Bible and their theology, it says that Jesus means to save or savior. And in order for you to even accept Jesus in that way or in any way, you have decided within yourself to save yourself, to go
Bingo.
Towards that.
You made the choice. You have to make the final decision. You have the power.
Right.
He didn't say, I barge in and save you whether you like it or not. He says, I knock at the door.
Exactly.
I make the offer, right? But now, so back on this whole thing with religious talk and the power, the power of that archetypal pattern, what happens after I die, has so much power that anyone who can embody a solution or the narrative that points in the direction of the answer controls a large amount of humanity. Okay, that is why the story of Jesus is so powerful. Now, that said, religiously speaking, Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is where?
Within you. Within you. That's right. That's right.
But those that would stop us from thinking, despite hearing that, have convinced us that it's out there.
Right.
All right.
That part.
So the very same narrative is being played, or trick of narrative is being played on us right now. Instead of us, the old one is, okay, we're going to sit and wait and sit on our hands and wait for a stringy haired pale guy to come surfing out of the cloud to save us.
Right. Exactly.
Now that's been exchanged for, we're going to wait for a disc-shaped craft to land on the lawn of the White House, and an insectoid guy's going to jump out and say, take me to your leader.
Yes.
And we call it disclosure.
Exactly. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Guess what, people? Disclosure happens within two.
Yes.
It's not out there.
That's right.
And so that is what we're doing at the retreat.
And I'm glad you said that, because this you dubbed it, of course, the macrocosmic integration weekend retreat. Now tell us what that all entails, and should people expect if they even decide to join? Because I see internal alchemy, I see external alchemy, I see initiations, I see all of these words, and the medical qigong and all of that. Please tell us briefly, because I don't want to be spoiled. I don't want nobody spoiled at lunch, man. You got lunch. You're gonna be giving them a big meal going on in there,
brother. Yes.
Have you been there? You've been there? You've been to that hotel?
I have not been to that hotel, but
brother,
I heard.
Let me tell you. Let me put myself up in front. Stop playing, son. Yo, you gotta walkway through the bushes to get to an area where there's a lake. If you're right there off the lake, you can do qigong out there in the lake area, right over where the lake of Stone Mountain Lake is.
That's the plan, bro.
I stayed there, and I stayed in a hotel, and you could see the lake from the hotel, and it's beautiful. Then you can see across from the lake, you see the RV park. Because they have RV, they have camping. It's one of the most beautiful, built in, look like to a mountain, built into a part of a mountain. Beautiful hotel. Beautiful hotel. I thought you stayed there when you came to town. That's why.
We made a good choice then. Okay.
Oh, you made a good choice, because once you in there, and if you'll get everybody that drives in get a pass to come in and out. You know what I'm saying? That stays there get a chance. And it's a nice open. Got a big seating auditorium. They got the small one. Because I was looking at it from that. Because I went there for a retreat.
Yes.
I study everything. If I'm doing it, I'm a promoter.
That's right.
So
That's right.
I'm glad you're doing it there, family. It is a beautiful. He never been there. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful place. As long as they kept up the aesthetics. As long as they kept up the aesthetics.
You got me amped up. You got me amped up even more.
I was there. I love it.
So let's talk about this 3-phase.
Go ahead.
Workshop or retreat.
Yes.
So like I said, disclosure begins within.
Yes.
Period. Okay. What do we mean by disclosure? It's literally talking about from the religious perspective. I'll use theological language. Resurrection, judgment, and hereafter. That is disclosure.
Yes, sir.
Period. The end. That's disclosure, right? So when you hear those terms, religious terms, those theological terms are describing this time period. We're at the edge of disclosure now. The powers that be that want to maintain control, when they know, when they're losing control and they're becoming more and more desperate, when they're offering to give you what you've been waiting for.
All this time we've been taught through television, Jetsons, all of this for this particular point of time right now.
Get it? Now it's we're gonna discuss. Yeah, right. Get out of here. At the very best, what you will get is what they want you to know, so they can still maintain control. Exactly. If the true source of disclosure is within, who controls that outside of you? See that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what are some aspects, follow me, what are some aspects of the hereafter? People live without disease free, or people live this, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, we were drinking milk and honey.
Milk and honey and all this other stuff.
A laxative.
But, you know what I'm saying? But on the positive ends,
yes, sir.
We're being, hereafter is, okay, it's a different world.
Yes.
A different worldview, a different world narrative.
Yes.
So in the book of Revelations, it gives you the symbolic coming of Jesus, second coming of the Lamb. It said he had a government on his shoulders.
Right.
Well, what's on your shoulders besides your head?
Mm-hmm.
He had a different idea of a worldview.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So here we go. Okay. In 1954, the U.S. government, through other private organizations it contracted with, I have to put that in there.
Yes.
Mastered anti-gravity in 1954. The month of October 1954. That's a fact. What does that mean in the present world, people? It means that the most advanced automobile you can possibly buy today is 100 years obsolete. That's what that means.
That's what it means, right?
If we mastered anti-gravity in 1954, that means we easily went to the moon, but not the way Armstrong and those guys went.
Right.
Not in a tube, a metal tube with rockets on the end. Get it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. In other words, we're already in this post-disclosure reality. It's just not known to the masses.
Right.
We're already there, people. The mere fact I can talk about monoatomic gold,
yes, sir,
and make it available means that disclosure's already here.
Again, I like where you're going with this, because I've been there before in this.
Yes, sir.
Because we know that most things that are said on television was probably already known 20, 30 years ago. Easily. And I tell people, and we was taught this years ago, pay attention to the science, not the fiction.
Yes. It's so crazy you say that.
Yes, sir.
Because it's so crazy you say that.
Yes, sir.
Because we're going to talk briefly about that.
Yes, sir.
In the presentation.
Yes, sir. Yes,
brother. Sir. Sheesh, man. Okay. You familiar with the movie? What's the guy? What's his name? He stars in all the Mission Impossible movies. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Tom Hanks. I mean, not Tom Hanks. Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
That's my man.
So he's been in a number of other movies that are more like futuristic, dystopian type movies.
Yes, he has.
Where they're talking about pre-crime.
Yes, of course.
And things like that. And dealing with time issues. And dealing
Minority Report.
Okay, brother.
Of course.
Minority Report. The other one where he's a clone. He doesn't even realize he's a clone fighting, these robots. And it turns out that story, Minority Report.
Yes.
And let's go back to Harrison Ford back in the day with the movie, what's the name of the movie? Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, that's back in the day, Harrison Ford.
That movie was based on a novel called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Now, all of these stories, the ones that we just mentioned with Tom Cruise, that one with Harrison Ford, are all science fiction.
Yes.
I've put it in quotes.
Got to.
Written by one man by the name of Philip K. Dick. Now, this is why Philip Dick is so important. He was a science fiction author.
Right.
One day had an experience. And I'll just say, leave it. I won't talk in the details about the experience. But the experience he had changed him forever psychologically. Changed him psychologically. Everything he wrote after that in terms of science fiction, he said, this is not science fiction.
I'm looking at it.
He goes, this is a fictionalized version of a particular alternative reality. And he did a lecture where he started to talk about it. He said, yeah, these are different timelines. These are different alternative realities. And I have access. And the world we live in is holographic. And there's multiple realities that we can access. And that lecture, as a science fiction writer, got him FBI and CIA investigation.
Because he wrote the book Martian Time Slip.
Yes, he did.
He wrote the book Eye in the Sky.
Yes, he did.
He wrote the book Demolish Man, of course.
He look up his name and look up this acronym VALIS. Valis.
Valis.
V-A-L-I-S.
I'm looking at it right now, his bio. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. He was born December 16th. He was a Sag like you, sir.
Sag.
Yeah, and 16 is a very deeply studied people. They like to study and dig deep.
Absolutely.
You said Valis, look up which one was it?
V-A-L-I-S. Look up his name and look up V-A-L-I-S next to it.
Let me see. Oh, whoa. The book. Oh, man. These books are being sold like crazy here.
Yes.
Transmigration, Valis trilogy.
Yes.
Oh man, y'all could go to family. You could go to A books for these things. Some of Targets have a few of them, but go to the old bookstores and go find.
Yeah,
some.
brother.
Go to unabridged stuff, man. Go find some stuff. Stop playing. But yeah.
So there's this other individual that I'm going to mention. I'm going to bring him up later on in the show.
Okay, good.
Named Shaver, S-H-A-V-E-R. Shaver back at the science fiction writers community back in the 50s, in the 40s, right? Totally different than what you see today. These guys are serious people.
Of course.
Right? And for a number of reasons, which we're going to talk about in the presentation.
And for people being so serious, they had less distractions.
Brother, listen. Let me tell you about Shaver really quick.
Yeah, please, before we go.
He's writing science fiction novels and science fiction in comic books and things like that about a group of quote unquote, I have to put it in quotes, aliens, an alien race that lives underground. And they periodically abduct people. This is where the stories of hell being underground come from and all this other stuff, right?
Right.
And he called them a particular name. And he said that they moved into spaces underground that were previously held by another race of so-called aliens. And they took it over, and they're malevolent, they're bad, right? Well, at a particular point in time, Shaver said, you know what? This is not science fiction. Not only is this fact, I can give you locations to the entrances to some of the caverns. And he had these rocks that he said were maps. Right. But the rocks had like 3D images in them.
Right.
Really interesting stuff. Now, why I say that is because there were certain people that formed cavern groups. And they actually went down in these caverns and in many cases encountered these very beings.
You know, Dr. Blair used to talk about a lot of that back in the day.
Yes.
From his own perspective.
Yeah, brother, listen, a number of our people were part of those cavern groups that came out of the Vietnam War, brother. Yeah, it's really, really interesting stuff.
Family, you know, let me tell them about your thing before we get into the PowerPoint, because I want people to support you 1,000%, of course. Family, it is pinned to the top of the chat, but I just put it in the chat again. Yes. That is the website, sagalaretreats.squarespace.com. Beautiful. Matter of fact, let me show the website real quick so y'all will know that I ain't playing with none of y'all niggas. We're here to support and spread.
In short, yes, what we'll be doing is 3 phases. First, alchemy means transmutation. That's what it means. Right. So like in religious terminology or religious theological language, right? Yes. We're talking about being transformed from your mortal self to your quote unquote immortal self.
There it is.
All right. So there's internal alchemy. In this case, we're talking about a certain specific Qigong methods that you will learn and have activated that weekend. That's internal alchemy. We call anything internal primary elixir. And then anything external that you put in your body from the outside is secondary elixir. So external alchemy feeds what the Egyptians called, the ancient Kemetic people called the light body. And what we will be presenting in great detail is solid Western scientific evidence of this light body that exists in the human body. And how monoatomic gold and other M-state elements bolster, repair, and build that light body for transmutation. In short, brother,
Yeah.
That light body connects us from the explicate order to the implicate order. In other words, gives you greater access to 0 point, conscious access to 0 point.
You know, this is something of, when I say high level, because especially because you're implementing also qigong
Yes.
into the whole thing. Like a lot of metaphysical schools are not doing that. You know, what I realized, you know, Dr. Valentine used to do that. He used to implement that type of stuff back in the day, in the 90s. He said he hasn't been really able to do that now because he used to take people into the park and scrying and all that stuff. So you can know how to tap into the energies of the plants and all that. It's all a part of this metaphysical community.
Dear brother, I'm glad you said that. So I've been a long time student of bioenergetics. I'm from the Eastern school.
Eastern school, right.
Now the Western schools of bioenergetics are even more secretive. Why? Because of the Spanish Inquisition against our forefathers in Spain.
Right.
They had to erase or terrorize our way of life and way of thinking out of us. Now, why the Eastern models are less secretive? Well, that's why. But that means that we have greater access in the modern time to the Eastern models.
Right. Before we go to Paul, you said something in here. You said in this this part, VIP gets tarot deck and monatomic gold included. What's the tarot deck and monatomic gold? I know what monatomic gold, but tell them why the VIP gets that, so people.
Okay, here we go. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
So we talked about internal alchemy, the qigong.
Yes.
To access your M state body. M state meaning monoatomic body. You have a monoatomic body.
That's right. Right.
2, external alchemy, which is the white powder gold, monoatomic gold. And I will have samples.
Let me show it up in the front. Go ahead. Yeah. Woo, look at that, family.
I will have free samples, but I also have the actual product, 100 milliliter bottles of real monoatomic gold. Okay. And then there's the third aspect, and this goes back with the tarot deck.
Yes, sir.
Now we're talking macrocosmic integration. So the human body is the microcosmic universe. We've all heard this.
Right.
The universe is the macrocosmic man. All right. So there's micro and macro. What is the great work of masterminds? Blur the lines between micro and macro.
Right.
How do we do that? You first become aware of the internal universe. You learn to master the internal universe. In other words, if you look at it as like a machine, you got small gears. Well, the small gears have macrocosmic gear correlations. So if you can connect the small gears to the big gears,
oh man,
all you got to do is move the small gears and the big gears move.
Work. Right.
That's what we mean by macrocosmic integration.
And now the small wheels is like God is in the details.
Yes.
The details.
So look at it this way.
Yeah.
In the top sphere, macrocosmic sphere in our system,
right,
the crown point represents Saturn. So what if you could connect the microcosmic Saturn to the macrocosmic Saturn?
Makes sense. And you keep on saying our system. Are there multiple systems?
Yes.
Like many mansions in the Father's house, you know?
And, or just like in your home has electrical wiring.
Right, exactly.
My home does too, but it ain't the same wiring.
Not the same wiring, right.
There we go. See?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Family, make sure if you are in Stone Mountain or you can make it out there to Stone Mountain, Georgia, man, the retreat is happening from May 22nd to May 25th. It's a beautiful facility. When I say it's worth it, if you're going to go and spend that moolah, circulate. Don't spend it. Circulate the money.
Circulate.
Because the more you circulate, it comes back to you. Think of it.
So,
yeah, what's up? What you said?
So what you meant about the tarot deck. So let's talk. So that's dealing with the initiation side of things. What do we mean by initiation?
Please.
The modification of the left brain to accept and gain greater access to right brain activity. The right brain is connected to the universe. It already knows everything. The left brain is our processing function, the intellect that decides what is useful and what is not. Well, in this world, we're told that things like telekinesis, psychometry, is not real. So guess what our left brain does? It throws it out as a possible.
Yeah, levitation.
Initiation is important because it reshapes our left brain. So what we want to do is take on the state of mind of our forefathers, pre-slavery, pre-colonialism. This particular initiatory body is directly connected to what's called the Afro-Atlantean current. To be more specific, the Hierophant of this particular order moved the headquarters from Haiti to the south side of Chicago in the year 1966. For what purpose? To broadcast into the higher dimensions the current, the Afro-Atlantean current, to attract the old Atlantean priesthood, who he says is reincarnating in America in the bodies of African and mixed African and European descent. This tarot deck I designed.
Yeah, show it up in the front.
It is a graphic representation. It's a graphic representation of the first year initiation. That is what people will get. For instance, and remember we said we have internal microcosmic gears that are connected to the external macrocosmic.
Yes, sir.
This particular system, this Afro-Atlantean system, is rooted heavily in a post-Atlantean science called, guess what? Ifa. So this point here, for instance.
Yes, sir.
No, actually, this point.
Okay.
This point is the system's reference or to the point at the low end of the spine, at the genitalia. This is fire within water. The opposite end of the spine, the point where we create verbally, vocally, the throat chakra, is water within fire. Two polarities.
Right.
You see?
Yes.
With their requisite knowledge details on the back of the card.
Wow, those are nice.
Yes,
Nice. Now, we're going to take a commercial break and then we're going to come with the PowerPoint if you don't mind, okay?
Let's do it.
Family, we'll be black and melanated after this.
For sure.
Don't go nowhere. We're going to bring my brother back. We got a PowerPoint for your backside. What I tell you, we'll be right back after this.
From the roots where the earth still speaks, to the fire where they always breathe, hands of wisdom time can't erase. Every drop got a story to say. Slow it down, feel the rhythm inside. This ain't rush, this is sacred design. From the soil to the soul to the light, what you hold is a gift of life. You are, feel it in your soul. Give it, let the story unfold. Ancestral power in every drop. This that legacy, this don't stop. You are rooted deep in you. Give it, yes, pure and true. Not something you drink, you receive. This that energy you believe. Hey. Ooh, Lord. Lord. Give it. And this is where your elders hit and drums sing perfect.
Yes. When I say we support our people in this thing, man, we support our people. My goodness, y'all see me with my Giffy tea right here, Lord of mercy. To me, this thing is like a holistic Hennessy. But it's a tonic. So I take my tonic, baby. Pop and almost finished, Mr. G. Stop playing. So, y'all know me already. I don't play. Let's welcome back our brother, Sharif AnaEL Bey, in the building back again. How you doing, brother? How you feeling, man?
Brother, let me tell you something. What you said about what you do.
Yes, sir.
Bro, that's actual fact, man. I bear witness, man. You must have double rotator cuff injuries for all the alley-oops, bro. Like, for real.
I I maintain balance. That's why I don't get injuries.
Yeah, you alley-oop everybody, bro. I love it.
I try to do that for the last over 30, 40 years, man. I got to keep on doing it and maintain my youth. I'm about to turn 60 next year, and I'm feeling good.
Yo, bro. Yo, listen. Listen. I turned 60 in December.
Yeah, that's right. You come right after me, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh man. Hey, man. How you feeling? How you feel? Like, cause I'm doing my deep breathing, and I know aches and pains is really good, and I feel good because I know I started taking care of my health from 14 into 5%, how to eat to live, all that stuff. So, my mother's happy Mother's Day to your mother, by the way.
Thank you, brother. And likewise.
My mother's in the hospital for a stroke right now, but she's healing and she's recovering and she's talking. And I had to tell her, Mom, you got to change. The Jamaican diet is not a good diet, man.
Right.
The dumpling. I mean, it was good when we was younger because we burnt it off in the Caribbean or burnt it off in the street. But the dumpling made out of flour and all this stuff, and it just take a toll over you. I told her her father lived to 103 because he had Jamaica that burnt out he burnt it every day. He burnt it. She's not burning it like that.
Right.
He burnt it out to the point that you know what I'm saying?
And you know as well as I do too that nowadays, the food we eat here is worse now. As the years go by, it gets worse and worse. And what I mean by that, besides all the crazy stuff that shouldn't even be in our body, besides that, the actual food itself has much less nutrition than it did in the generation before.
Dr. Africa said it's not food. We haven't had food in 50-something plus years.
Straight like that. So what you end up having is obese people that are starving on the inside. How about
how about that? My brother. Look, we're gonna do this PowerPoint. We got the presentation lined up here. Boom. Let me make sure we got it going on. There you go.
There it is.
Now, let me take off this other stuff over here at the bottom. Y'all know, like, subscribe, share with those on a journey to be better. I don't care whatever journey. I don't care if they're spiritual. I don't care if they're religious. But if they're on a journey to be better, tell them to click the bell to be notified whenever I come up. They'll know because they kind of shadow banned me since the pandemic. So it is what it is.
Wow. Can we bring the screen down a little bit so we can see the top of it? The top of the.
Bring that. Let me see
the picture.
The screen. Well, I mean, I got the full picture. I'm seeing the full picture. What is?
Okay, let me see. I don't know if the audience is. I'm not seeing it. I see the top. I see. It says post-humanity, classical Islam, and the authentic magical tradition.
Right. That's all you're seeing.
That's all I'm seeing.
I'm seeing it on screen. I see people of the secret.
That's it. Okay. Well, as long as your audience sees it, we're good.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on my phone also. I'm always looking at. I'm always watching other apparatuses so we can make it so good. So it looks good.
There we go.
So it looks good. You might be seeing it a certain way. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I'm good. So what do you mean by people of the secret? Here we go.
Yes, go ahead.
Here we go. And again, this idea that I'm presenting,
right?
The idea is very foreign to Western sensibilities.
Okay.
But there's remnants that have survived that are still in Western, Western culture. All right. But this idea, this narrative has largely been scrubbed from the Western psyche.
Okay.
Matter of fact, when I mentioned earlier about the Spanish Inquisition, the Spanish Inquisition, among other things, was designed to erase the worldview and the state of mind of our forefathers so that pale European, Christian imperialism could rule the world for the first time in history. It was to get our thinking and our state of mind out of the way. All right. That said, let's just go to the next slide. I tell it right there in the next slide.
Okay. Do we need to be in the front, or could I put it in all of it on the screen? Should I put all of it on the screen?
Let's go. Let's see where we got.
Okay. All right. Bet. Here we go. Next one. There you go.
There it is. See, okay, let me grab my phone. Hold on a second. That book, by the way, let me tell the audience. If you've seen any of my previous PowerPoint presentations, you know that my presentations are very information dense, right? This particular one, this particular presentation is less dense. for a reason.
Okay.
Okay. It's less dense for a reason. Why? Because I wanted to put a bunch of book references in.
Right.
So if you see a book, you should probably be on Amazon clicking to get the book.
Exactly. The secret cipher of the euphonauts. Yep.
My friend Alan Greenfield is a good friend of mine.
Wow.
But anyway, this is the foundational premise, like I said, that's been scrubbed from the Western psyche. Number one, there are those among us in the know regarding the phenomena known as the truth about man, or also called the authentic tradition throughout human history. Certain people have known the nature of this phenomena and used its nature for almost as long. Okay. In other words, what are we saying? We're saying that even before written history, there's always been an august body of people, men and women, who basically serve as the interface between regular humanity and humanity's future. Okay? And humanity's future. Those in the know are interactive with the phenomena and have long been so. Indeed, separating out the phenomena, the legend, the myth makers, and the true initiates of the true nature of the phenomena is difficult. What does that mean? Let me explain what that means. This slide here is an initiation, people. I got to say that. This is what that means. Okay, let's make it very practical.
Right.
You got a guy that you know. This guy loves everybody. You know, he does. He just does. He loves everybody, and everybody kind of loves him. But at the same time, and he gives no matter what. He gives shirt off his back.
Right.
But at the same time, he's fearless when it comes to standing for justice.
Okay. At
the same time, he recognizes the inequality between the rulers and the rich, and then the poor and destitute. And while he himself comes from the rulers and the rich, he hangs with the poor and the destitute. And works to equalize, to make a balance between the two. What kind of personality is this, if you were to give it a name? Jesus.
Right. Okay.
So since we know the story of Jesus, we know the pattern, the archetype, the pattern called Jesus, guess what we can predict about this individual? A whole lot, because we know the pattern. We know what he's capable of setting in motion. We can predict it with a fair amount of accuracy. We can predict that the rulers and the rich are going to conspire against him. Can't we? Because he's given up the keys of the kingdom to everybody.
Right.
For the purpose of what? Equality. See? He would tell people that the kingdom of God is where? Within. Not without. Because the rulers and the rich want you to think that it's outside.
Right.
And they control outside. Get it? All right. So we can already predict what's going to happen with this individual. But we also know he's going to be victorious in the end, don't we? What if we ourselves decided to affect such change? All we have to do is embody the pattern. And you gain the pattern's ability to cause change in the real world. You see where we're going with this?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me go to the next point. The phenomena itself is inherently intangible, but able to impinge upon reality in a phenomenological way because it's archetypal. Through mythos, archetypes are quite capable of setting real events into motion. The initiates of the phenomena become intertwined with the mythos itself, and thus take on the mythos's power to impinge. The fully initiated are in control of reality to the extent that the mythos itself is in control through them. They also, in a very real sense, acquire the intangibility of the mythos. What I'm describing to you right now is literally the people of the secret. The initiates of the authentic tradition are scattered informally, organized on a worldwide basis. Until the modern information revolution, they communicated how? through secret societies, allegorical mystery dramas, and cipher codes. An old example of cipher code communication is the mythos of alchemy. Okay, going back to what we're going to be talking about over the weekend, but let's take it to a larger perspective, people. I said that the people of the secret, among other ways, communicate how? Through the mythos of alchemy. So follow me real quick. Medieval alchemy is the art of transmutation, to transform things from a base state to a noble state, from its lowest state to its most highest refined state. Okay, in the Latin, the medieval alchemical call phrase is solve et coagula, to fix what is solved. In other words, to solve what is fixed. You have something fixed and solid, you break it down, as KRS One said, to its very last compound. That's the first stage of alchemy. Do you know what that stage is called? It's called dissolution, putrefaction, or death. We know it very well if we want to get in shape. You want the beach body, but what you got? You got the dad bod.
Right.
But the only thing you got to work with is the dad bod. So what do you have to do? Break down the dad bod, extract the essence, and then rebuild off the essence into the new body. Am I right?
That's right. That's right.
Those are the three stages of alchemy. The first stage is dissolution or putrefaction. Guess what the Latin word is for that, brother?
What's that?
Negredo, blackness.
Get out of here. Really?
I'm not joking.
Big up to Billy Carson in the chat. What's up, Billy?
Salute to Billy Carson. That's my brother.
My brother and Mama Ella. Big up to Mama Ella in there.
But that's putrefaction. So think about, listen, what I just explained.
Yeah.
From a social perspective, social political perspective, America is now going through the first stage of alchemy. You got Europeans out here now that are going, man, we need to listen to these black people.
Yep.
This is what Jim Crow feels like. Oh, ICE has let them know what Jim Crow feels like. We've been telling it to them for decades, right?
Yes.
But guess what? To us, it's any given Tuesday. It ain't no big deal. So guess when it comes to this transformation that America's going through, guess who's leading the pack? We are.
We are.
We're leading, people. The stuff that you see MAGA doing, all this other stuff, is not a victory lap. It's desperation.
Distraction and desperation. Yes,
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Desperation, people. We're leading the pack. We know what it's like to be broken down to nothing. So guess who's going to be the first where the essence gets extracted and then the new body rebuilt?
Us.
Man. They only go after the guy with the ball.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
This is what, this again. Listen, think about it. Salute to Mexico.
Yeah, Mama Ella's in Mexico right now. Big up to Mama Ella.
Beautiful. So think about what we're saying. This is crazy, right? The people of the secret, are guiding the destiny of humanity. All right.
And I think that's why it's so important when Professor Small says about once you study the history, you relieve the mystery, or you reveal the mystery.
Yes.
Study the history, and you'll reveal the mysteries, man. For real.
Now I mentioned this later on in the presentation. But you're already going to get it because of what you studied and being a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, no. Let me not do it. I'm not going to jump ahead.
Don't jump ahead. Yeah.
Because I know you and I know your pedigree. It makes it easy. I can do it, but I got to remember it's not just you and I talking.
It's an audience, right? Let's do the audience.
Okay, next slide. Next slide.
Let me go to the next slide right here. Boom. Next slide. Okay. Woo.
Yeah, you need these books.
Ernest Scott. Whoa. People of the Secret. Oh man.
You need these books, and trust me, they're not cheap.
No, they're not. No.
There's a reason why they're not cheap.
Of course.
Because the stuff we're talking about the phenomena that literally shapes the reality for the world. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the phenomena that shapes the reality of the world.
Wow. Wow. Look at the book, family.
Yes. Get these books.
Take a snapshot if you must. Take a snapshot if you must.
Yeah. Take a screenshot of the
screenshot.
Edward Bulwer Lytton. Many of you have probably never heard of this guy. Edward Bulwer Lytton in this book called Zanoni. This book, by the way, is fiction.
What?
But it's a reason. Listen, remember what we said about the people of the secret, how they communicate?
Yeah.
All right. That's why you need the book.
Symbolism and everything.
G.I. Gurdjieff. Many of you maybe have heard of him. Many of you may not have heard of G.I. Gurdjieff. G.I. Gurdjieff was an Islamic mystic out of Russia and Pakistan, that area, right? Okay. He was something else.
Yeah.
This book called Meetings with Remarkable Men, people are at a loss as to whether to call it fiction or biography. Because it reads as fiction. But in it, he's talking about how he used to read these certain books about certain wise men in certain cities, ancient cities, and how it read it on the surface as fiction. But he said, wait a minute, the story is too profound. So he actually traveled to these places, and guess what he found? The very people in the book. So it communicated to him the proper way, but it wasn't, the communication wasn't for everybody. Get it?
Right, of course.
The majority of people will say, oh, this is fiction, it's entertaining. But certain key people will be like, wait a minute, there's something else here.
Something behind it, yep.
And he went and found exactly what was behind it. Now, Hitler, during World War II, in his book, Mein Kampf, My Struggle, he talked about on when, you know, they tried the Aryan or the Nazis appropriated Helena Blavatsky's and Nietzsche's Ubermensch or Superman ideal. We're the master race. We're the, they appropriated it.
Right.
But in his book, Mein Kampf, Hitler identified what he called the new man. He said, the new man, I've seen the new man. He was cruel and intrepid, and I was afraid of him. Well, those in secret orderism know who he was talking about. He was talking about G.I. Gurdjieff. G.I. Gurdjieff waged a psychic war against the Axis powers during World War II. Yeah. And yes, we can do lectures on each book.
That's what I'm saying.
We can definitely do it. This topic is a major part of my own personal wheelhouse. So we could definitely do that. We could definitely do that.
That's
true. The book People of the Secret, goes into greater detail about what we're going to be talking about.
I mean, but, you ever spoken, Nicholas, or no? You never spoken, Nicholas?
I never have, brother, but
we could do it. I know if somebody's coming. Who's coming?
June 20th, I'll be there. Myself, my brother Khalid Bey, who's going to be doing a workshop.
Khalid coming in? Oh, Khalid coming in. Okay. Isn't he run? Didn't he run for politics back in the day?
He was here in Syracuse, New York, 10 years straight. He was chairman for the Economic Development Committee for the entire city, and was a common councilor citywide. Yeah,
it was Abundance Child that put me up on him. That's right. He put me up on the brother. Man. You know what? I might have to interview him because to get him.
Please do, brother.
Send me your number. Send me his number when you get, and tell him I like this.
We will be at Nicholas, Brooklyn, June 20th.
That's why I'm saying that I made to interview him before he comes to Nicholas, because that should be a powerful interview if I can catch it. Because I remember the brother and I never got to meet him, I don't think. So
I will make sure you do, brother.
No. That's
but cool. He's going to be doing his area of expertise when it comes to this stuff, brother.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you how nice he is with astrology. He's so nice, he can take a birth chart of somebody he's never met and draw a composite of their face.
And he had that in politics?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Whoa. You gotta be careful with that information.
Absolutely. And so he'll be presenting there. I'll be doing a presentation on alchemy. And my brother and sister, their husband and wife team in my temple, are going to be doing a presentation called Sakara Science. Right? And yeah, they're going to be doing a presentation on that, Saqqara healing.
Okay.
Like the temple at Saqqara in ancient Egypt.
Yeah, right.
That's what that is. Yeah, they'll be doing that. Okay, next slide. Let's run to the next slide.
Yes, sir. No problem. There we go.
Yes, here we go. All right. So this is important. The people of the secret are known informally by different names at different times by different groups of people. You hear the term secret chiefs.
Right.
You hear the term Great White Brotherhood. The white has nothing to do with skin color or race.
Right.
For instance, the opposing force is called the Black Brotherhood or the Black Lodge. Well, the greatest, up until recently, the greatest manifestation in history of the Black Lodge was the Nazi Party. Yeah. So it has nothing to do with race. So this guy get caught up on the color code thing. Then another term, Ascended Masters. That's another term that's used to describe them. Mahatmas is another term used to describe them. You see, there's a lot. There's the Silent Brotherhood of the East. That's also another one, right? Now, here is where things get interesting, people. What we're really doing is putting you on the trail, especially for those of you that have a peculiar Neptune placement in your birth chart. Born investigators.
That's right.
So when you look at these key figures, man, oh man. All right. So what's important about these key figures are? Am I saying that these people are part of the Silent Brotherhood or part of the people of the secret? No. I'm saying that they have or had direct access. All right. Like I said, we're putting you on the trail.
Everybody had their portion.
There you go.
Right.
So that first name, you guys know who that name is.
Pascal Beverly Randolph.
Right.
I got this biography.
Pascal Beverly Randolph is the single individual that provided the modern Western magical revival with its deepest secrets. He's that guy.
Would you say that's why they wanted to take him out?
Well, it's like this. They loved, the Europeans in America and other places loved what he had to say and teach. They just didn't like the fact that he had brown skin.
Exactly. He born right there on 70 Canal Street. I pass there when I go to the Chinese bus.
The old 5 Points of New York. That's right.
Old 5. And I had, guess who I had on yesterday? Nathan Ingram.
Woo!
Martial artist,
Salute, of course.
The first Chinese black guy. Yep.
He's a legend. First of all,
yes,
he does karate.
Yes, he does. Right.
And he's one of us, brown skin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He owned in the 80s.
Yep.
He owned the only karate school in Chinatown.
In Chinatown. He was part of the Chinese gang.
Yeah, he was Go Shadows.
Yep.
Yeah, he's Go Shadows. Yeah.
That's my brother.
Yeah, good man.
I'm going to his premiere. Going to his premiere on May 13th. He got premiere of his new movie.
May 13th.
It's a documentary over there.
I might have to shoot down for that.
Yeah, I'll send you the link if you want.
Please do. Please do. I'm gonna shoot down for that.
You know him? You ever met him?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You'll go introduce you.
Yes,
I will be there. I will be there. All right, go ahead.
Now, incidentally, Pascal Beverly Randolph belonged to first of all, he was the first publicly known Rosicrucian in America.
That's right.
The first publicly known. All right. And like I said, he contributed some of the more deeper secrets, inner secrets to the Western magical revival. The next name on there is Louis Maximilian Bimstein. He was also known by the name Max Theon. Why? Now, some of these people you've never heard of. Max Theon, you probably never heard of. Let me tell you who he was. Max Theon was a Polish Jew who lived in North Africa. He and his teacher, who was a Egyptian Coptic priest by the name of Paulos Metamon. Paulos Metamon, and Pascal Beverly Randolph were three grand masters of an order called the Hermetic Brotherhood of Luxor. Yes. They were headquartered in Palestine and Egypt. All right. Max Theon, Louis Bimstein, and Paulos Metamon were the secret Mahatmas or teachers of somebody who appropriated Pascal Beverly Randolph's whole entire structure in the beginning of her career. And who was that? Helena Blavatsky.
Helena Blavatsky, yeah.
Yeah. But guess what? She hid the true identities of Louis Bimstein and Paulos Metamon under pseudonyms. Guess what she called them? Serapis Bey and Tuatid Bey.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
So she knew.
And then her headquarters was New York City.
Yes.
Originally.
She's in New York.
Then she moved the headquarters to India.
Mm-hmm.
So we have three key areas: Egypt, India, and Palestine. This is very important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
All right. Then we have Aleister Crowley.
Mm-hmm.
Crowley is significant for a number of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's significant mainly from the year 1904. 1904, he gets married. He does his honeymoon in Egypt. He has an encounter with a man. Right? He described the man. He said the man was Asiatic.
Mm-hmm.
That man commanded him or ordered him to appear at a place for 3 days and go into this place and kneel in a corner with a pen and pad. And that man stood over him and dictated to him, and he wrote down what the man said. That became what he called Liber a Legis, the book of the law.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at that point where Crowley started calling himself the Beast 666.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at that point he said, there's a new era. That is the era or the eon of Horus. And he said it began in 1914.
Mm.
You already know, right?
Woo, man.
And he coined the phrase for his order: love is the law, love under will. Now, for those of you that are familiar with gematria and Kabbalistic operations, we know that every word has a numerical counterpart, and it's the number that gives you the essence and the hidden meaning behind the word and its connection to other words.
Exactly.
Well, in English Kabbalah, the number for love is the number for will, and that number is 93. So when he says love is the law, love under will, guess who else said something similar? Pascal Beverly Randolph. He said, we declare the omnipotence of will.
Now, with Pascal Beverly Randolph, do you recall the connection he had with Abe Lincoln?
Yeah. It is rumored, now he definitely knew Abraham Lincoln, but it is rumored that Abraham Lincoln, that he was a spiritual advisor to Abraham Lincoln.
That's what's rumored. It's rumored that, yes. I remember.
Now, we can place them both.
Right.
We can listen to this. This is a little bit of history.
Come on, people.
1864 was nearing the end of the Civil War. And the big question in American society was two questions. One, what are we going to do with the South? Two, what are we going to do with the Negroes? Well, a bunch of our people that were leaders, including Frederick Douglass, said to hell with waiting on other people to decide what we're going to do with us. We're going to decide what we do with us.
Ourselves, right.
So they had a convention, October 4th through October 7th in 1864. Guess where that convention was held? Syracuse, New York.
Whoa, where you at?
Guess who was the keynote speaker? Pascal Beverly Randolph.
Wow.
Guess what he did during that speech? To the year, he predicted Martin Luther King's March on Washington.
Really?
Yes. We have a speech.
By name or just?
Not by name, but by description.
By description, right. Okay.
He described it. He said, my eyes look forward 100 years. And he described the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
That is crazy.
All right. So I bring him up because he talks about human will. Crowley said something very powerful. He said the scientific definition of magic is to cause change in conformity to one's will. He said the proper magical operation to go from one room to another is to turn a doorknob. What was he implying by this? That true magic is scientific. Okay, it's spiritual, but it's scientific. Then he says this, to will anything other than the supreme will is to wander further away from it. To fail to submit your puny individual will for that of the will of the divine is black magic. That sounds like Islam, doesn't it?
Right.
All right. Then he said this, most people don't have a will. This is deep, people. He said most people don't have a will. You know what they have? A set of wishes. One contradicts the other, and at death they cancel each other out. So in other words, there's a difference between human will and wishes. Human will is like the bloodhound. The bloodhound never loses the scent. Why? Because it never occurs to him that he can. In other words, will is singularity of mind. In it, when there's will present, there's no room for doubt. No room for doubt. See? So that was important for him, Rudolf. Then, okay, Rudolf Steiner. These are all people you need to know or know about. Rudolf Steiner, very important. Again, I can, as I said before, this is my wheelhouse. I can talk forever about this stuff, so I got to catch myself, and I'll be here all day on the slide.
I know.
So there's Rudolf Steiner, very important. Meade Lane. Meade Lane is important, and I just want to touch on him briefly. Meade Lane was an occultist and a ufologist. An occultist and a ufologist, but what he founded what's called borderland research. Imagine taking some of the illest metaphysical science you've ever read, like not Delbert Blair stuff, but who was the guy? His books used to be up on 125 all the time. Hilton Hotima.
Oh, Hilton Hotima. Yeah, I definitely got Hilton Hotima's book. Yeah.
Now listen to this. Imagine getting one of Hilton Hotima's books. And devising a machine based on the philosophy and then drawing up blueprints to build it. This is what Borderland Research and Meade Lane was doing.
That's what Meade. Oh, wow.
I got some of the books. I'm talking about over unity devices, 0-point access energy machines, the stuff that'll get you a knock on the door and a bullet in your head if you actually built it. Yeah.
But wasn't there back in the day? There was I remember there was a debate about the 0 point and the ether. Yes, there was a big debate amongst the scientists, scientific world.
I'm glad you brought that up. So, Einstein initially promoted the whole thing about luminiferous ether. Then he debunked. He said, "Nah," and he called himself debunking it. And that's what everybody in the West, the mainstream West, accepted. But then later in his life, he revisited and said, "I was wrong. Ether is a reality." But nobody talks about it. Why?
Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks
because actual work on it is still classified. It's a part of special access programming. If you don't believe me, look up another man that I should have put up here. His name is Colonel Bearden. Bearden, a scientist, former military scientist who done a ton of work on 0-point access. A ton of it. Okay. Very, very serious. Okay. And then Alessandro Cagliostro. Learn about this guy. Cagliostro is a person of note in ancient Egyptian Rite Freemasonry. Okay. but there's some very significant things about Cagliostro. I'll leave it up to the researcher. All right. Richard Shaver, I mentioned him. That's the guy that wrote science fiction about underground people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then said later, yeah, it's not science fiction, people. It's real. That's him, Richard Shaver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, know about him. Learn about George Hunt Williamson. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
George Hunt Williamson founded a secret society called the Monastery of the Seven Rays.
Mm.
And it was headquartered, guess where? In the Andes in Peru.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, we know about these last two.
Of course. You know.
Okay. There's no way in the world they could have known what they've known. And that's all of these individuals.
Right.
But definitely these last two. No way in the world they could have known what they knew at the time they knew it without having direct access or what we call a magical link to the people of the secret.
Mm.
Okay. And we're going to demonstrate that link in a couple slides, and then throughout this presentation. Okay, next slide.
Okay. Did you ever hear of Paracelsus?
Of course.
You remember he was the one that wrote the book From Magic to Science. You remember
Magic to Science.
Yeah, I quote him in one of my books too about the whole thing. So, yeah, a lot of people don't sleep on that physician and alchemy.
Listen to that point.
Yes.
Of him and what I mentioned about Mead Lane.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
The reason why this present world, mainstream that is, cannot build pyramids is because we don't have access to the philosophical state of mind that the blueprints for pyramids came from.
That point right there.
Would we rather have pyramids or the state of mind that made pyramids possible?
Because I tell people the pyramids could not be built under duress.
No.
Hell no. You can't build nothing under duress. If Egypt been attacked 11 times and conquered it, or even more than that, that's why those people they can't claim it to be theirs. And they arguing about black people or melanated people taking their history, but they can't rebuild it. The Arabs have not rebuilt it.
Bro, listen.
Ever.
At the time of Ramses, the pyramids were ancient and they forgot half of the knowledge.
Exactly.
We got to think about that. See?
Crazy, bro. Look, we can talk all day with that. But
Yes,
let's go to the next slide. I'm sorry.
Next slide.
Let me take this off of there because you got more on that. Right. Go ahead.
Right. So this comes from the book Secret Cipher of the Euphonauts. And they're talking about the secret chiefs of the masters. Okay, what are they? Revisionist historians are now finding evidence that these groups, usually described in mythic terms, are as material as they are archetypal. Like, remember we gave in the first slide, we gave the premise, the overall premise.
Right.
We're talking about very real people that are so in tune with the archetypes that exist in the deeper recesses of the human psyche, that they're able to embody these archetypes or patterns and therefore guide human destiny. This presentation itself is an initiation, people.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll read that again. Revisionist historians are finding evidence that these groups, usually described in mythic terms, are just as material as they are archetypal. They are, in very truth, the inner order, in communication with and overlapping with ultra-terrestrial sources. There are high masters of the arts scattered around the world, that they are in communication with one another, and that how they use their illumination depends upon their character and predisposition. They're still people. All right. Carl von Eckarthausen is his name. He wrote in his book, The Society of the Elect, which has continued from the first day of creation to the present time. Its members, it is true, are scattered all over the world, but they have always been united in spirit and in one truth. It is from her that all truths penetrate into the world. She is the school of the prophets. Okay? And then in another instance, here we go. Crowley said it this way.
Yeah.
His non-fictional recounting of the same period comes uncomfortably close to the metaphor between the war between the Great White Brotherhood and the Black Lodge. Then we find the matter-of-fact essay on sexual magic entitled The Energized Enthusiasm, interrupted, as it were, in mid-course by an anecdotal accounting, right? Where he talks about meeting with one of these individuals, right? Okay, next slide, real quick.
Okay. Go ahead.
There we go. So on this slide, we're talking about on this page, Alan Greenfield is speaking about one of Helena Blavatsky's students, General Olcott, in India, meeting one of these secret chiefs. That secret chief, his name was his pseudonym is Kut Humi. Remember, many of these individuals were also involved in fringe politics, making it necessary for them to have pseudonyms, pen names, and alternate identities. Okay, so Kut Humi, his real name was Thankar Singh. He was a Sikh leader fighting against the British occupation of India at that time. And what these guys said about people like this, they said this, like McGregor Mather says, I believe they are human beings living on this earth, but possessed of terrible and superhuman powers. In other words, how we would describe it in the Moorish Science System of America, we would call them post-humans. What do we mean by post-humanity? People that have overcome the cycle of reincarnation. So that if they do come back, it's done by conscious choice. Yes.
Now, that makes a lot of sense. I remember a young lady telling me that if she does come back, she's going to come back as a geisha woman. It's a black woman now telling me this, and she really believes this wholeheartedly. And she's a master of acupuncture and Chinese language and all that. So so when she told me this years ago, I'm like,
so that's twofold.
That's twofold, right?
It's possibly twofold. This is what I mean by that. Why do we come back? Because the Creator is merciful, and man is immortal. So we come here for lessons.
Yes.
And we have to tarry and stay until all the lessons are learned.
That's right. That's right.
See?
That's right.
This is a school. You see what I'm saying? And so ideally, you gain a conscious understanding of your lessons. What is that going to do? Speed your evolution. You will come here less. Right. But most of us wander through each incarnation oblivious most of the time.
That's true.
So we have to come back, and we have to come back. We have to come back. But when you have a conscious understanding of your mission, of your lessons, now you're moving at faster pace. How did Honorable Elijah Muhammad put it, or Master Farad Muhammad in the problem book about the lion traveling back and forth in the cage?
Yes. Yep.
That he was traveling at a particular rate of speed, and it took him 4 centuries to find the door. But once he found the door, he was moving a whole lot faster.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, here we go. See? All right, next slide.
What is your knowledge on Count Lewis Hammond?
Ooh.
You ever heard of him?
I'd never heard of him.
He was a Norman nobleman, and he was also a one into the metaphysics. His pseudonym was Kiro.
I've never heard of him. He just gave me something to research.
He wrote books on numerology. He wrote books on palmistry, and he was the one that predicted the date that Queen Victoria will die.
Ooh.
Oh, he's powerful. And he was born. He was born November 1st, 1866, and predicted his death in October 8th, 1936.
It's not. Listen, if you understand, man, there's some things I could say.
I know.
If you, man, but you know, okay. So let's take your birth chart astrologically.
Right.
It marks a point in time when certain energies form a knot. That is your birth. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But if we could track all those energies to the point where they coalesce at your birth, we could track them in the process of coalescing.
Right.
We can also track them in the process of dispersing. What does that mean in short? We could track a soul pre-birth and post-mortem.
Post-mortem, right. That's right.
That's what that means.
Let's go to the next slide. Ooh, we got some books. Ooh, the Templars and the Assassins.
3 books you need in your library. Why are we talking about these 3 books? Because now we're making a transition. We've talked about real, authentic, secret orders, magical orders, occult orders. For them to be real, true, and active, they have to have what we call a magical link. What they call a magical link. In other words, contact with a member of the people of the secret.
That middle book looked familiar. I think I had
Brother,
it.
you absolutely have to have that book in your library.
Yeah, my cousin had it, or one of us had. Because remember on radio, I used to call myself Simon Templar.
I remember.
And that was my middle name is Simon, so that's Templar. I just added, but I didn't put the L-A-R, I put the L-E-R.
These books, these 3 books, among others, but these are 3 good ones.
Yes.
These 3 books demonstrate what I'm about to say is something very profound. The Western magical tradition carries this ancient notion of a body of an august body of higher men that control human destiny. Well, where did the Western magical tradition get it from? You're looking at it right here. Old medieval Afro-Islam. That's where it came from.
Now, I sent you the video of my cousin David, right?
Yes.
Bey. Now he was talking about the Knights of Columbus trying to take out the.
Of course, there's an order. You can look it up right now. The order is called the Order of Alhambra. That was the Knights of Columbus, the Catholics' way of trying to keep the allure of old world Moorish culture under the guise of Templarism and then later Freemasonry from seducing Euro-Catholics.
Wow.
They created their own order called the Order of Alhambra. What was Alhambra? Moorish Spain.
That's right.
What is the main mark of a member of the Order of Alhambra? A white fez. Yeah. Yeah. That's real.
I remember the secret practices because I was in the Sufi order.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember that secret practice. It's crazy.
This is deep. So the book on the far right, a little bit of information for you guys, a little bit of anecdotal information. Rudolf von Sabbatendorf, secret practice of the Sufi Freemasons, Islamic teachings at the heart of alchemy. Here we go. He was an Austrian national, German, who was a vet of World War I, where Germany got their backsides tore up. It was the defeat and humiliation of World War I that developed their radical, rabid nationalism that culminated in the Nazi Party. Well, Sabbatendorf was also a Freemason. Sabbatendorf had some European Jewish friends that lived in Istanbul, Turkey. He went there and they introduced him to a secret order in Istanbul, Turkey, a secret Sufi order called the Bektashi order. He learned from them. He then later established a secret society in Germany called the Thule Society, Thule. The Thule Society had a partner organization called the Vril Society. The Vril Society later had a woman by the name of Maria Osric. Maria Osric called later German officials and scientists to a channeling where she channeled blueprints for anti-gravity devices. And this is how Germany started their anti-gravity program. Now, the Thule Society developed a political arm. That political arm is called the German Workers' Party, which later became the what? Nazi Party.
Nazi Party. Wow.
Now you know the real history.
Man.
Now, hold on. It gets better. Germany. This is how Germany got its start with anti-gravity technology. From a woman who was part of a society that got their deeper secrets from a Sufi order in Turkey. You see where I'm going, brother?
Yeah. Wow.
You're familiar with the name Semioticon, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
I ain't got to say nothing else to you. But to the audience.
No, go ahead.
Semioticon was a man that visited the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Honorable Elijah Muhammad then later introduced him during a Savior's Day address and said, this is one of the scientists.
Scientists, right. What is
he said, but in religious language, we call him an angel. He said, this is one of the 4 angels holding the winds back from the 4 corners of the world that are to destroy America. In the More Science of America, we say this. The Turks are the true protectors of the religious creed of Islam. We also say that what is an angel? An angel is the thought of Allah manifested in human flesh. What are angels used for? To carry messages to the 4 corners of the world to all nations. Yeah, we got help, people.
We do have help. Somebody just asked Brother Sharif, which secret voodoo society in Haiti was the Chicago headquarters of the initiated in? And by the way, good work on presentation. Also, is the movie Duelists about Pascal Beverly Randolph?
Some people have said Duelists is about Pascal Beverly Randolph.
I haven't seen it yet.
Said that. Yes.
I haven't seen that.
Now, as far as the particular voodoo society, it was a blend. It's a hybrid voodoo, Gnostic voodoo current. The headmaster before the present, his name was Hector Francois Germain. And he developed, a voodoo current called Voodoo Kabbalah. So we would call it esoteric Vodun. No blood sacrifices. Right. So he developed that. Yes.
Wow.
He developed it. Yep.
So somebody just asked. Oh, hold on. Before we ask that question, family. He's not even finished with his stuff. He got like one more, I think. Please support his retreat happening from May 22nd to May 25th. The Sagala Retreats, right?
That's it.
.squarespace.com. Go to the website. It's pinned to the top. I keep on posting it in the chat. Believe me, you are going to enjoy yourself while you learn through all the different things that, of course, you can't teach everything in one weekend. Believe me, I know you don't. But
I can tell you this: we're going to do a lot more doing than talking.
Yeah, I know you're going to give it. To it. You're going to give it to him, man. And
we're going to do a lot more doing than talking. So real knowledge is embodied knowledge, people.
Yes.
It's not just intellectual. Your flesh knows it.
I want to just want to remind people to support this. This is not just a talking thing. We want y'all to make sure you support, get all the books that he's talking about. Somebody asked one more question before we go to the last 2 slides. Before we go to the last 2 slides, if you don't mind.
Nope, no problem.
The question, and thank you for your support. She sent the $5 super chat. This person, creator of the Boundless Universes, used to
Alhambra Parochial High School basketball tournament in New York.
Right. Oh. Was that what you used to be there?
No. He's talking about there used to be.
Oh, yes.
At Alhambra Parochial High School basketball tournament in New York. So here's something interesting about Alhambra. Of course, it's a building that was made by the Moors during the medieval era in Spain. It's still there.
And there's one in New York, right?
Yes, there is.
Is that the one we was at, the Alhambra Ballroom?
At the Alhambra Ballroom.
Yeah, my friend was just there. I used to do events with Sarnetta and those.
Yeah, exactly. So on 7th Ave.
Right.
Yep, right on 7th.
Right on 7th, right across from
the Alhambra, according to GM James and other authors, George GM James.
Yes, George GM James.
Was literally if you could call it, almost showing off. It was almost showing off of the fact that the Moors were the recipients of ancient Egyptian knowledge and culture. Now, does the Alhambra look Egyptian? No. So how can you say that, brother? Because it wasn't Egyptian aesthetics that they emulated. It was Egyptian mathematics in the proportions of the structure. So it's Egyptian mathematics that they were displaying in the Alhambra. Yeah, those mathematical proportions create a certain aesthetic. See? Yeah.
They wore white feathers
at the halftime event. No. I know. Listen, we're literally in the end of times in the fulfilling of the prophecies right now. And what I mean by end of times, I mean the end of a cycle. I don't mean the end of time.
Right. Yeah. Let's not go. Yeah.
So it's the end of a particular cycle.
Yes.
We're looking at all kinds of dog whistles.
All of it.
Yeah, that's a dog whistle.
All of it. You ready for the next slide, brother?
I'm ready. Let's go.
We got 2 more slides, family, to get through. Yep. My brother here is doing his thing. Big up to him, brother Sharif.
Classical Islamic connection. I have to say classical because we all know what happened to the teachings of Jesus by Rome via Emperor Constantine in 325 AD. They chopped and screwed it. Like I said earlier in the beginning, people had to gain access to and control the narrative of the Jesus story in order to rule the world. And we know why. So the same thing that happened in Christianity with the teachings of Jesus happened with Islam. The modern Islamic reformist movement, the Wahhabis and the Saudis, okay, they scrubbed this ancient idea of our forefathers from Islam. But guess who kept it? The Sufis and the Shiites kept it. All right. They kept it. So look at this slide. Classical Islamic connection. What the Shiite call the 12 Imams. So that's 12er Shiaism. They kept the ancient, authentic tradition. They kept it. So there's 2 different schools of Shiaism. 12er Shiaism. 12 high, 12 low. Where is that preserved in America? The 24 scientists of the Nation of Islam. Who made Holy Quran a Bible? How long ago? And can you tell us why did it come on, bro? You know the lesson.
That's the lesson.
We have it here in America.
Yes. Yo, it's crazy. Man.
Next slide, last slide.
Last slide. It's the last slide, family. Here it is.
There's another branch of Shiaism called 7er Shiaism or Ismailism. Okay? In some traditions, the masters are 7 in number, parallel to the 7 sages in the Moorish Science Temple of America. The Nation of Islam says 12 or 24. We call that, we make reference to that too. We say the cherubim and seraphim, the rule the stations of the sun. How many stations of the sun? 12. How many spiritual entities? Cherubim and seraphim, 2. 2 times 12, 24. What are we talking about? How we measure time. There we go. In 7er Shiaism or Ismailism, it's 7 in number. Another way to measure time. How many days in a week? 7. How many weeks in a year? 52. 5 plus 2, you already see it. All right.
That's right.
How we say it. So the Nation of Islam, they say, who made Holy Quran a Bible? How long ago? We tell us what is Islam renew our history every 25,000 years. Profession of the equinoxes, right?
Right.
This is how we say it in the Moorish Science of America. We measure time by cycle ages, and the gate to every age redeem a milestone in the journey of the race. Who's the we? The people of the secret.
People of the secret. Woo, brother. One more before we close out, because I got one more question, because I know people have questions. I think, let me see if they have any questions before I give them mine, because I heard somebody say something. Somebody said, excellent show, my brother. Yes, excellent show. Thank you very much, man. Gold, Rob, B-Cat. All right. Get to the B-Cat crew. So I heard my brother say, one of Moore's brothers say, why is it that we never heard the voice of Noble Drew Ali?
That's a really good question, dear brother.
I'm gonna remove this because
yes,
we hear Marcus Garvey, we've heard even His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie. What happened to? Did he record or not? From your perspective, did the Noble Drew Ali?
I'm going to tell you, brother, right. and my short answer is yes. I'm a firm believer that he did. Okay. I'm a firm believer that there is some kind of either audio or film recording somewhere. But now in the larger scheme of things, think about this.
Right.
It's easy for people to find solid, responsible research and historical information on the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Right.
Even other people like Frederick Douglass or like you know, why is it so difficult to find solid information on Prophet Noble Drew Ali?
And you know, I brought up, and I kept on thinking, I said, whoa, I used to play Marcus Garvey on radio back in the 80s and 90s. I used to play Selassie, but I never heard Noble Drew Ali's voice. Or even Master Farad Muhammad's voice.
Well, ain't that something?
Another one back in
that.
You got Daddy Grace, you got Father Divine, you got Elijah. You ain't hear these other guys.
Now, the nature, and I just want to say this. I'm not advocating for or against
right.
Master Farad Muhammad.
Right.
But what we do know about Farad, and I'm not just talking about solid information about him, but also the elusiveness of trying to gain solid information, where the FBI himself said, after extensive research, we can't verify his whereabouts or even a number of key basic things. The FBI said that.
Right.
All right. That fits the nature of a man either connected or part of the people of the secret. Remember, we said at the very beginning, when you take on the power of the archetype or the mythos, you also take on a large part of its intangibility.
Right.
See, you take on its intangibility as well. Think, even Prophet Noble Drew Ali, that's one of the reasons why it's so difficult to find a lot of solid information. You got a man literally, and I'm speaking metaphorically, with 1 foot on the land and 1 foot on the water in 2 different worlds.
Why are they trying to basically wipe out their history? Because even Elijah Muhammad, they've been trying to wipe out his history.
Yes.
Why are they trying to wipe out Noble Drew Ali?
Because history provides a blueprint for identity and purpose. If you think about our condition today in 2026, we're still 98% consumers are people in America. In other words, we're still social, economic, and political slaves.
Right.
Why though? Because the artificial history we're given tells us that our history began with up from slavery. So that's all we know. Get it?
Before I go to this question here, man, because I don't want to. We going over the 10:30 hour. We went over that. Who was Noble Drew Ali's wife? How many?
He had
wives?
2. Not simultaneously, but he had 2. He had Sister Pearl,
right,
and then later, Sister Mary, Mary Foreman Bey, who became Mary Drew Ali.
And now there's children now. Dr. B. Sirius, one of his elders in his family said they was related to Noble Drew Ali.
Oh wow!
One of his grandparents now. That's somebody. Everybody's talking about lineage.
Yes.
So somebody said that.
We're not familiar with having any children. Now, and I have to say this. I wasn't there, so I don't know.
Right.
But we do know Sister Pearl had no children. Sister Pearl lived until 1994. We still have people in the organization that helped take care of her.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
She passed away in 94.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
So it's
man, there's more research need to be done, man. That's all I can say.
Brother, a ton. And again, there's a reason why it's so difficult to gain solid information about certain people.
Yeah.
Because remember, narrative control is the secret.
Yes, sir.
So as long as you don't know certain things, there's a measure of control on your narrative. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You can't repeat something you don't have a blueprint to follow. You see? Yeah. You can't repeat it because you don't have direction.
You don't have direction.
But if you knew what Drew Ali did in 1928, I'm just going to throw this out there. What's the big thing right now that's got all of our people in an uproar? The gutting of Tier 2 of the Civil Rights Act.
Right, the DEI, right.
Well, in 1928, people, There was no Civil Rights Act. Reckless eyeball laws are still on the books. They're still lynching people.
That's right.
Prophet Noble Drew Ali organized a national vote block in that year and got the first of our people since Reconstruction elected to Congress. Oscar the Priest.
Big up to Brother Rich in the chat. Thank you very much, beloved, for sharing that. So that love, man. Thank you so much.
Salute, Rich.
Rich,
so,
Rich,
brother, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you in a couple of weeks, bro.
Huh? Yeah. He's a real one, man. Somebody just asked a question: which books or books of knowledge and science teach kinetic results based on psychotelepathy or remote vision?
There are many books.
Yes,
what's more important?
Right.
Okay. What's more important? I mean, well, there's many books that do that, right? I'm presuming that the person is asking for a book reference, right? Which I'll give a book reference.
Book and books.
What's more important is books or instruction that give you technical practice. It's just like I want to get a better jump shot.
Right.
I first have to have methodology. I got to have coaching and methodology and then coaching. Then after that, it's on me. Repetition. You have to literally, we train this the same way we train a bicep. You see? But the difference is two things. One, this can only be trained to certain limits. This can be trained infinitely. And here's the bigger secret. We could train this as an intangible that can affect tangible things.
Right.
That's it. Wow. So you want a good start? I'm gonna give them a book reference.
Okay, go ahead. Give them a book.
The book is called The Secret Art. And it's a book on radionics. Yep. It's called The Secret Art. That's your start right there.
Radionics. so when you coming out with your book, brother? What's going on with you, sir?
I got a couple already, but I don't want to talk on them just yet because
I'm
in the process of putting together some new stuff. I'm cooking up some new things. The IWAS current. Somebody mentions talk a little about the IWAS current.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
All right.
We here.
So the current, so the IWAS current, I wouldn't call the IWAS current the 93 current. All right, the 93 current is what Crowley came up with after his encounter with IWAS. All right, that was the name of the individual that Crowley was being dictated to, IWAS. Right, but even that is a pseudonym. I just leave it at that.
Right.
Okay, even that was a pseudonym. Right, and so the 93 current. Okay. We're talking about I'll dumb it down a little bit. A vibe, a particular feeling. Like in New York, any New Yorker knows, especially back in the 80s, every borough had its dress code.
Had a dress code, baby.
Right? Every borough had its own dress code. You know what? Oh, Brooklyn dude.
You know, yep. Everybody knew I was from Brooklyn at Manhattan.
Yeah, this is what it is. And so that's what I mean by vibe. Is a feeling, is like an aura.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? That you embody. It's a gnosis. It's an inner knowing. It's an inner path, right? So the 93 vibe, love and will, it's dealing with the training of the will, is what I was mentioning before. Right. We make the human will, okay, so strong that it becomes almost physical. You see? That's where Crowley was strong. Crowley did some crazy stuff. He did some things that people call outright evil. But the most important thing is this. He was not an ivory tower occultist. He got busy. He went to work. He put it in real practice. You see what I'm saying? If you throw a couple punches, you're a martial artist. You throw a couple punches every other week. You think you're gonna you think you can expect to beat a boxer who throws his jab 1,500 times a day?
Nope.
Kung Fu don't come from China. Kung Fu comes from hard work.
Exactly. please let him know.
If you're not throwing your reverse punch at least as much as he's throwing his jab, hang it up.
Somebody said further talk a little.
IWAS current is about developing the will until it becomes tangible. Or the not IWAS current, the 93 current. Love 93 will. Current,
yes. Is it talk a little about the decoding the book of law, much as permissible?
there's no secrets in when it comes to that. Like I can talk about that, but I don't want to take too much time. We'll be here forever. The book of the law, that was the book of the law. The key thing about the book of the law, people, is that it communicated a particular English Kabbalah cipher code. And that code, Iwas tells Crowley in the dictation, he won't figure it out, but one coming after him will. That was one of his students by the name of Charles Stanfield Jones. And even Charles Stanfield Jones, while he cracked the code, he couldn't make it workable until the advent of computer technology in the 70s.
Right.
And that code we call New Eon English Kabbalah number 6. And it was that code that my friend Alan Greenfield began applying to UFO encounters, and he cracked the code. He figured out that through that code, this is how the people behind UFO phenomena are communicating. It allowed him to intervene on UFO cases, right down to abduction cases. This is actual fact. That book, Secret Cipher for the UFOnauts, delineates the code and shows you how to use it. And he ain't the only one that's done it. Matter of fact, Alan Greenfield will openly say, he said it before on a broadcast, that best New Eon English Kabbalah cipher code that he has seen to date came from myself, and more so, even bigger than me, my brother Khalid Bey. Khalid Bey cipher code, when it comes to his use of it, this stuff ain't no joke, people. We track down, and I just leave
it right there. Family. First of all, this is King Simon Presents Only Quality People. We had at least 200 quality people pass through today, and that's what I really look for. I may not have a big channel, but I look for, this is called King Simon Presents Quality People. I have quality. I ain't paying for nobody. I ain't doing none of that. I just want quality people to support what our brother is doing. And if you shared and you liked with somebody in this realm, thank you so much for being Brother Rich. Thank you very much for coming in and showing love the way you did. And everybody that did show love on the chat through super chat, or they might do whatever. But please support my brother. He has not only his website for the retreat, the SagalaRetreats.com, Squarespace.com. Also, he's on Instagram, Sharif Bey. Y'all know, you see me posting it on Brother Rich's channel too. Y'all know I do what I do. It's all in the chat. SyracuseFighting.com. Also, his TikTok is Sifu Sharif. Please support this brother in every fashion. He's one of the realest that deals with it, man. And, I love what he's doing. And please circulate to the channel. Also, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Chime, EBT. We doing it all. Stop playing. And make sure y'all go out to his. Make sure y'all go to his. I just lost him, but make sure y'all go to his big Macrocosmic integration workshop and retreat. It's going to be working, not you just retreating. It's going to be a working thing happening over there, man. Believe me when I say that. This brother's going to put y'all to work. I'm waiting for him to come back on so he can say goodbye the right way. But he's going to put y'all to work from May 22nd to May 25th over there, Stone Mountain, Georgia, at the Evergreen Marriott Hotel. A very beautiful, for a person who's never been there, he chose a very beautiful facility that has a lake, all of that around there, that you could actually practice the internal and external Qigong right there near the lake. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. If you know Stone Mountain, where Brother Rich took us up there numerous times, we went up there numerous times. Believe me, you want to go to that hotel right there in the Stone Mountain, built into a mountain, actually. You'll figure that out when you get in there. Believe me. So once again, he hasn't shown back up. I guess his phone, I don't know what happened to his phone, but we're getting ready to close out. Man, it was an extraordinary show. I'm waiting for him to come back in. But big up to everybody that came through and showed their love. And really, Mama Ella's in Mexico. Big up to Mama Ella in Mexico. ¿Cómo está usted, my friend? You got a Asian woman in Mexico. I'm serious. It's going to be powerful. It should be nice out there. So make sure, again, you support our brother by any means necessary on May the 22nd through May the 25th in Stone Mountain, Georgia. That's the website right there. It's pinned to the top of the chat, sagalaretreats.squarespace.com. The next interview, I will be, first of all, if you're in Brooklyn, New York, we're going to be at this comedy show having a good time at IHOP. So you can eat some pancakes and have some fun. Big up to A.G. White, King Von, Yusuf, and the IHOP crew that's actually putting all this together. Smokey Suarez, funny as hell. Stiletto, funny. Kenny Wu, funny. A.G., the host, is going to be everybody from Netflix, BT, Comic View. All the guys going to be there. I'm going to be there. We're going to have some fun. If you put me on the stage, it's on and popping. I'm going to talk about Negroes. It is what it is. We'll have a good time. Also, remember, the next interview I will be having, of course, is Professor Zahelia Anderson. If you're into martial arts and you want to find out how the divine feminine is on a journey about martial arts for May 20th, we're going to have her on having a good ass time. I'm telling you right now, family. Sharif Bey said his battery died. It's all right, brother. It's all right. He said his battery died. Thank you so much for coming on, my brother. Sometimes the battery be dying sometimes. So big up to Sifu Sharif. Yes, the batteries have dropped out. Big up to Jody in the building also. Big up to I thoroughly enjoyed sharing it with all of you. That's what he said. He thoroughly enjoyed sharing. We on Facebook and we on YouTube. So thank you very much, my friend. And all you Mother's Day, all you daddies that made some mothers. I'm one of them daddies that made mothers. All you mothers out there, all you grandmamas, baby mamas, crazy mamas, all you mamas out there. Big up to y'all. Happy Mama's Day to ya. Happy Mama's Day to ya. Happy Mama's Day. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and press the bell. They shadow banded me from a long time ago, but please press the bell so you can get back on the rotation. I got some great people coming up. Look out. Remember, next month is dubbed Black Music Month. So I got Nairobi Sela coming in. I got John Carr, another musical person coming in. I got Dwan B. Dwan B gonna be coming in from out of California. I'm gonna be speaking to him about music. I'm working on getting Robin Walker on here for Black Music Month. So we're going to do what we got to do to make it happen. Also, I got to shout out a flyer. Somebody gave me Cat Daddy presents the Jack Boldly Declare Let's There Be Classic at the oldest house in New York City and New York State. We're going to be at the Wyckoff House Museum over there at 5816 Clarendon Road. They're going to be playing old school music, garage party type music. They're gonna be playing house music, all of that. But this place called look it up. The Wyckoff House Museum is one of the oldest houses in Brooklyn, New York, right over there at 5816 Clarendon Road in Brooklyn. One of my friends gave it. It's absolutely free. Bring the family. They got food, all of that hosted by my brother Cat Daddy and his beautiful wife, who supports Brother Rich. He sees they ran into me and they gave me a flyer. They see me on Brother Rich's show. They see me on my show. So make sure it's happening on July the 12th, 2026 from noon to 6 p.m. It's a free event at the oldest museum, the oldest house in Brooklyn called the Wyckoff House Museum over there at 5816 Clarendon Road in Brooklyn. Not too far from, right around the corner from Footprints over there for Clarendon Road. So it's right around the corner over there. So big up to them. I'll be over there July the 12th having a good ass time. Big up to Tassili, my aunt. She got the wonderful Wizard of Raw going on. I won't be in Atlanta because, of course, y'all know my mother and father went through their stuff, so I'm here. And of course, again, let me shout out my boy Lloyd Strayhorn, of course, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Make sure you support him. NicholasBrooklyn.com. Make sure you support them. Also, don't forget, Professor Zahelia has a martial arts seminar coming up in Long Beach, California. We're going to be out there having a good time. Don't forget, one of my other grandmasters, Saifullah, will have a big martial arts seminar in Atlantic City. And then one of my dojo nephews have a martial arts seminar in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So if you're in any of those areas, make sure you take a snapshot of all this. Big up to my son in his recording studio, looking good. Green Studio NYC. He also have an event space over there. If you want to book an event, do books, do all kinds of stuff over there. He got it over there. And make sure you support. That's one of my sons. I got 9 children, so you know what it is. Make sure you take my Udemy course on udemy.com. It's a numerovation course. It's an introductory course to numerovation, and I teach it like I breathe it, baby. That's how we do. And also, don't forget, my audiobook is in my membership right now. If you join my membership at $9.99 a month, that's it. Not going no higher, not going no lower, but you get to get all the classes and the stuff that I've been teaching. But also, you get to hear my audiobook live and direct. It is 4 hours and 44 minutes, purposefully. All right. Get all my books on Amazon, family. Remember, all my books are available on Amazon. All publications are available on Amazon. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple. Children's health is important. No promotion is bad promotion. New motivation for mental stability. And Let We Tell the Story children's book. It's there. All right. Take a deep breath. Disclaimer: the views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Coming out of a radio background, I have to do that. That's just me. FCCs are still controlling this in some form or fashion. If you do want to book a new motivation session with me, a consultation, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022 for those people that need to hear it slower. Or you can go to my Linktree /King Simon, the new motivator. I got a calendar on there, but you got to still pay first before I even do anything. You know, we got to circulate, spread love, up. And I'm going to be doing radio on YouTube again. So for the first time, really, on YouTube. So get ready for WOQM, where only quality music is presented. It's going to be music and a talk show that I'm going to do. I got a whole nother YouTube channel for that. So you'll be watching me DJ and spinning music right here in front of you, doing what I got to do. But it's only going to be only quality. That's the OQM, only quality music with Simon Templar. I'm bringing back my radio. So it's going to be real talk, real music, real impact. As we get into it, I might drop a little numbers here and there, you know, where numbers speak and the frequencies align. That's what we're going to do right on that new YouTube channel right there. It's called WOQM with Simon Templar. So make sure y'all sign up for that. Look for that on YouTube right here at WOQM with Simon Templar. So I'm going to have a good time. It's going to be reggae, R&B, hip hop. We're going to talk the history of that stuff. Going to bring on a few guests that know how to talk that. Probably a few entertainers. I just want to switch it up a little. You know, like Brother Rich have a whole music channel. I just want to do it like a radio format, the way I used to do it on different radio stations back in the day. So family, remember what Dr. B says. No, first, let me say what Dr. Khalid used to say. Regardless of land, label, or language, there's but one God. Big up to Dr. Khalid, the late, great Dr. Khalid. Remember what Dr. B, who's still alive and with us from elevationtime.com. That's elevationtime.com. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I'm thankful for my life. And remember what the late, great Dr. Blair used to say. Everybody take a deep breath and bow your heads if you have to, but if you're driving, don't do that. If you're on the road, please don't do that. All right? But Dr. Blair used to say, please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open up my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. Make sure you go to his website, get his books, get the diodes, get the magnets. Brother Tony is doing a great job over there at the metacenter2.com. That's the metacenter2.com or Meta Chicago. Meta is Metacenter Chicago or metachicago.com. But definitely the metacenter2.com is Dr. Blair. If you want all the exclusive CDs and DVDs or exclusive content from Dr. Blair that's never been posted before, contact Brother Tony over there at that website. All right, family, remember, I love you because I love me, and I want to thank my brother who came on and delivered. I want to thank Brother Sharif Bey for coming on and delivering. Remember, support him May 22nd through the 25th, Stone Mountain, Georgia, baby. That's a beautiful place that he's doing that. So make sure you go to the website right there. It's SagalaRetreats.squarespace.com. You get all the information. All the information is on there. Big up to my Facebook family. Thank you so much for being a part of the journey, family. I love you. And remember, I love you because I love me. Period. Take care. One love.